So, let me get started here. So, this is, I don't know if I'm going to show you the whole thing. You guys can comment. I'm going to show you part of it, and I'll explain why. If you're doing Eruption, and I have a lot of friends that play, or I should call some of them acquaintances, even though they've played in bands with me. Scott, I won't say his last name. Scott is one of them, and he plays stuff way above his level, and he thinks he's a rock star, and he's not even close, and his lead playing lacks a lot. And not to bash him, but the point of this is, if you're at that level, don't play Tony McAlpine, don't play Frank Combali, because it's not going to sound good. But he has people like on American Idol, oh, all my friends say I'm a great singer and this and that, and you hear him sing, well, that's because your friends are tone deaf. So, the point of this is, if you're going to play an iconic solo like Eruption, and it wasn't him, but if you're going to play Eruption, but I've seen him play it, and he plays it completely wrong. And I don't know if he can't play it properly or not. And before I start this, Eruption is not easy, because a lot of people don't play it correctly. And I'm going to give you an example. The hammer-on. Doing this. It's not that easy. So when you're playing, like, it's not that. There's a timing as you hit. It's the same motion, but there's a specific timing to it. It's not that, if you listen to it closely. Now, Eddie might have played it more easier live over the years, and because nobody's gonna know. But if you play it on the record, it's a little different. Now, some of the other things are different too. It's like I see a lot of people on the that's not the lick. The lick is there's a lot of little things in there that are played improperly by a lot of people. And again, this is why I said I don't know if I should do this. It took me hours upon hours upon hours upon years to be able to play this properly. And the reason why is I must have went through 10 Van Halen records with a record player going back and forth, because we didn't have YouTube. So for me, this is part of my frustration. There's so many YouTube videos of Eruption out there that are done very, very well. Why wouldn't you go on there and learn it note for note? And then obviously the guy could play, and I don't know what the reel is, but if I go back, I'll put it in the link. But so the first thing is, and the other thing, you can do it with sound or without. You hear the phaser. So you're gonna slide on the low E to an A, and you're going to slide back up to the E on the fifth string. That's the third string. Kind of like a pull-up. So it goes like that. Get that pitch harmonic in there. Same thing when you slide up. You slide slide into it, and don't pick it again, you just start vibrato. And then you're just in the A minor pentatonic. So that's that part. Now the next part is the hard part, which I just showed you. It's that pull up. That takes a long time to do. To do it properly will take you a long time, unless you're an advanced player. I'm used to doing the string skipping thing, so I'm used to open string. So I'm used to a lot of that. Again, I grew up in the 80s. So that's that part. Now the next part, I hardly ever see people do, and I've seen Eddie play it like this. That's the second string. There's an open in there. So that's that part. And then the next part is off the third string. So how Eddie get that pattern, I don't know. But this pattern is... So I play it this way. He plays it this way. Either way is okay, because I do it so fast. The one note is, the amount of notes is in there, and it sounds very close. You gotta accent those too. It's not that, it's... And again, chromatic walk down the A minor. So I'm going to stop it here because that's almost at the 10-minute mark. Oh, maybe I'll do the next part. Touch the chords. A, G, D. Then he slides up into the A minor up here. And that's the blues bend. Here so you can see. Bend. Pick on the first string. Second string. Third. He leaves that note out. That creates tension. That has to be in there. So then he throws like a little quick. Almost like a hammer. And then it that's a bend hammer. But he's up here. Again, that's a hard part. So we'll stop right here because it's at 10 minutes. Now, so if you want me to go over the rest of it, I will, because it gets harder. Trust me. There's the part in there with the there's all kinds of stuff in there, and those are all pull offs and string skipping while he's pulling off. So that might have influenced me back then. Thinking about it now, I don't think about it, but maybe that's who influenced me for my string skipping. It's a possibility, because that was something that I learned at a very young age. So there's all kinds of influence and techniques in here. But the whole point of this was, if to play this right, if you can't play it like me, I understand that. But you try to get it as close as possible, even if you don't have the hand speed or the technique. And you practice it and practice it, because I couldn't play it either. But if you're gonna post a video, like marketing yourself in a Reels playing this, you better play it damn effing good, because there's a lot of guys out there like me who don't really tour and do stuff anymore that are gonna see it and they're gonna go, why would you do that to yourself? That's a known iconic solo that's a trademark of Eddie Van Halen. Japanese people are very different than us, because it's like a golf club. They paint their faces so they show the marksmanship of their ball striking, so that it wears out in a single spot. Some people here are like, not on the channel, but like in this world and Americanized, are lazy, because they don't want to take the time to learn it properly so that it's impressive. Now, you saw most of what I played just now, and I'm not going to say it's amazing, because I didn't write it, but it's a great copy of Eddie Van Halen, because it took me years and lots of money to learn, because I ruined a lot of records. You know, I still had 8 tracks back then, along with the records. I don't even think cassettes were out at that time until a little bit later. But that's the thing. You know, you got to put some time and skill into your craft to make it sound good. And for me, Eddie Van Halen is a trademark. So, like, just to give you an idea, so that's my Van Halen tone, right? For that. So what happened is, let me see. I also have the Hagar Halen tone. And you're gonna laugh. But if I played Sammy Hagar Halen, it wasn't the same. A lot of techniques and stuff were, but the sound was different. And then I had it where I could add the reverb. Because he's an iconic figure, and I didn't want to do him an injustice to the songs. And that's an intricate part of playing his stuff, is mimicking him out of respect. So I'm not saying take it that far, because you can play, even if I played Eruption, let's see. It's still gonna sound like him because of my hands, but 2 totally different sounds of the Van Halen era, but it still has the same result because the notes are almost identical. And like I said, that accenting on the not just pick, you gotta pick it a certain way and have that inflection in there. So those are key points. And that's funny because, and the reason why I started to do this, and you guys have to let me know if you want all of it, because I can show the whole thing. It'll take probably 3 or 4 videos. But the thing about it is, nobody talks about the inflections. So like they don't talk about if you slide the beginning. You slide into it in the vibrato. You don't pick it again. That's how he did it. They don't talk about the inflections and how it's being picked. Same with the other one. You have to get that inflection in there to create that sound. But you won't ever, there's nobody on YouTube telling you that. And you know, that's the problem that I have with some of these videos and the playing aspect, because they're not telling you important things that you need to make it sound like that. Now, do I sound like Eddie Van Halen more than other people? Yeah, because I took the time to learn the inflections with the picking technique or the hammer-on technique, where I know that it wasn't just... I learned that pattern, and you can see it's not a fast, it's fast, but it's not like going like... That's how he was doing it. It was very clean and articulate. Later on, when he started doing it live, it was a little more sloppy. But the actual pattern on the record is a little different than he did live. No one tells you that because I don't know. I don't know why. I really don't. But these are key aspects to the solo. Now, again, the whole reason I'm saying this and going over this as a lesson is I watched the kid cheat parts, but he had the ability to actually play it properly. I could tell by the way his hands were, but he learned it. And I would love to ask him, how did you learn the solo? Is that what you thought he was playing? Is that what you heard? Because you have the ability to play the solo correctly, but you don't do it. And that's sacrilegious to me. Again, you know, it's like, and if you listen to Zach play Randy Rhoads solos, they're almost identical. You listen to Jakey Lee play Randy Rhoads solos, they were almost identical. They're not gonna do a disrespectful thing. You know, they just weren't, because Randy was an icon, his solos were iconic. It's like ad-libbing Crazy Train solo. Why? It doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna make the solo better. Ad-libbing and adding to it is to make it better. But if you can't make it better, why not just play it the correct way and learn the true art of what he did? That's the whole point of this lesson. And again, some of it's baffling to me. But let me know in the comments, because I'd like to hear from a lot of you guys why you think people do that. You know, because I don't know if, especially when you see somebody that has a lot of ability, you know, like Zakk Wylde is definitely faster than Randy Rhoads. Is he cleaner? I don't know. Zakk uses a lot of effects. But do I think Zakk Wylde is just as good as Randy Rhoads? Oh yeah, probably. And Randy influenced Zakk. But, you know, and Zakk wrote some great songs for Ozzy. So, but who's my favorite guitar player? Randy Rhoads. I mean, that he was a legend too. But it's the same thing with Eddie Van Halen. You know, he was a legend. You're not going to change the intro to Ain't Talking About Love and start adding licks in there. You know, why would you? It's not going to improve the song anymore, and people might not like it. You know, I don't know. So let me know in the comments, when you hear guys that have the ability to play stuff note for note and correctly, why do you think that they don't? Because what I saw was him playing watered down versions of the licks, which are easier. Now, if he ad-libbed and made the licks harder, like this lick here. Now, if he was string skipping that, I would have been, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Because now he's playing the same lick, but now he's string skipping it. It's a little more technical, and it's more advanced than what Eddie did, and it's kind of cool, you know. But what do? I would have just played the original lick, and then went like this. And then did something up there, or up higher, so you can, and then went back into the original solo. I mean, I would have did something like that. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want the rest of the Eruption video with the lesson and stuff. All right, peace out.